Alright, so my name is Musa, and in the time it took me to record this video, which is around about an hour or so, my attention asset has generated $4,600. And by the end of this video, you're gonna watch this number go up to closer to $5,000. You're literally going to watch my asset make money whilst I'm talking to you. $4,607.57. Keep that number in mind.
Now what you just saw might seem unrealistic if you're thinking about this the wrong way. But here's the thing, the people who achieve financial freedom in life, you know the kind where they can take their family on month-long European vacations without checking their bank account, or decide to move to a different city on a whim, or never have to think twice about college tuition. They all understand one fundamental principle. You don't trade time for money. You acquire assets that generate income, real estate, stocks, businesses. But there's a new category of assets that most people don't even know exists yet. And the returns? They make traditional investments look like savings accounts. Look, I've been helping people set up digital attention assets for the past few years, including some of the biggest names in social media like the Sidemen, Sneeko, and even billion-dollar companies like Rumble and Twitch. But what I realized was that while everyone's trying to become famous, the real money isn't in being the face. It's in owning the assets that generate the attention. The entire global economy is shifting toward what economists started calling the attention economy. Think about this. Warner Music Group just paid $85 million to acquire IMGN Media, which owned the faceless Instagram account Daquan. 15 million followers, no face, no personal brand, just attention-generating content. The founder started it in high school when he was bored in class and built it into an $85 million exit by age 23. And here's what clicked for me. For the first time in history, you can actually own pieces of this attention economy. I'm not talking about starting a YouTube channel or becoming an influencer. I'm talking about owning systematically built digital properties that generate attention and get paid directly by the platforms for that attention, completely anonymously. No face, no name, no personal brand required. The first person I helped with this was actually my neighbor, Quinn. She's a lawyer at a big firm and makes about $400,000 a year. She was skeptical as hell when I explained this to her.
So you're telling me I can own digital assets that generate income like rental properties?
Pretty much, yeah. She probably thought I just got caught up in some internet trend, but I offered to set one up for her anyway, since she always let my brother and I play soccer in her yard. 6 months later, her attention asset was making her $8,000 monthly. Now I already knew I could drive attention for influencers and massive brands, but if this was simple enough for a busy lawyer with 3 kids to run on the side, that really got my attention. So I started testing this with other clients. David, a junior accountant, built 3 assets and is now pulling $23,000 monthly from them. Jennifer, executive at a Fortune 500. Her portfolio hits $15,000 most months. And here's the crazy part. These assets cost a fraction of what you'd spend on a down payment for rental property, but they're generating similar, sometimes better returns. The concept is actually pretty simple when you understand how social media platforms work. Companies like YouTube and TikTok need content to keep users engaged, since every view gives them an opportunity to offer businesses an advertising slot. That's how they make their money.
We believe that we need to offer a service that everyone can afford, and we're committed to doing that.
Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
They're happy to pay anyone for attention. It's written right into their terms of service. But here's where it gets interesting. Most people think you need to create original content to make money on these platforms. That's like thinking you need to build houses to make money in real estate. Instead, smart real estate investors just buy properties that are already proven to generate income. The same principle applies here. Instead of hoping something goes viral, we identify content that's already proven to capture attention, and we systematically create optimized versions using AI technology. Think of it like this. If a certain type of video gets 5 million views, there's data showing exactly why it worked. We take that proven formula and create new assets based on those same patterns. It's not guessing. It's not hoping to go viral. It's building assets based on data and proven frameworks. That's why these numbers are so consistent. When you're building based on what already works, the risk drops significantly. And when you own multiple assets, the income becomes predictable. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking this sounds too good to be true. I get it. I was skeptical too, but here's the thing. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. These are legitimate income-producing assets. The difference is, most people are approaching this completely wrong. They're trying to become influencers. They're trying to build personal brands. That's not investing. That's getting a second job. Real investors buy assets that produce income without constant personal involvement. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're building portfolios of attention-generating assets. Assets that work whether you're sleeping, traveling, or focused on your day job.
But don't you need millions of followers to make real money?
No, that's old thinking. With the right strategy, assets with 10,000 engaged followers can generate 5,000 plus monthly. And the beautiful part is, once these assets are built and optimized, they run themselves. You're not creating content every day. You're not managing social media accounts. You own assets that other people manage for you. Which brings me to why I'm making this video. For the past 2 years, I've been quietly building these asset portfolios for a small group of clients. The results have been incredible, but the process was expensive and time-intensive. Recently, though, we've systematized the entire process. We've identified the exact frameworks that consistently generate millions of views. We've automated the technical implementation, and we've created a complete done-for-you system. It's called the APA portfolio. APA stands for Attention Producing Assets. Here's how it works. First, we provide pre-qualified monetization-ready accounts. Most platforms require significant metrics before they'll pay you. For example, on TikTok, you need at least 10,000 followers or 100,000 views to even qualify. And for context, the fastest I've been able to do this, even for clients who were already famous, was 42 days. But in APA, we solved that immediately by giving you an account that's already monetized. This isn't cheap, but neither is time. It just depends on which you value more. Second, my personal team will set up your first asset based on proven data patterns in high-performing niches. Third, you get 90 days of posts completely done for you. Fourth, throughout the 90-day period, you'll have 24/7 access to our consultants to optimize and scale your portfolio. Because once you see the results, you'll want to build more. Now, I need to be straight with you about something. This isn't for everyone. We're looking for people who have at least 2 to 3 times their monthly salary and expenses saved up. Ultimately, you need the capital to invest properly and the patience to build something sustainable. There's just no way around it. That's how investing works. This kind of premium investment service typically costs $25,000 or more, but I've spent years building skills, systems, and secrets around this, so my cost base is significantly lower and can offer it to you at a fraction of that price. However, our team can only handle the done-for-you service for 42 clients at once. The only way for me to expand that capacity is to find, train, and hire world-class creative talent and data engineers, which, especially in these times, is incredibly difficult. So what I expect will happen is that these spots fill quickly, and then we'll close applications until the cohort is finished. Maybe we will be able to open more slots again closer towards 2026. So if you're interested in learning more, here's what happens next. Click the button below this video. You'll see a brief application. This isn't a sales page. We're not taking payments online, nor should you ever put in your payment details online before speaking to a real human on a video call. If you qualify, you'll schedule a consultation with myself or one of my senior advisors. We'll show you the complete system, walk through real case studies, and determine if this makes sense for your income goals. But once we hit our 42 client limit, we're closing this until our next expansion. Opportunities like this don't come around often. The attention economy is still in its early stages. The question isn't whether this opportunity exists. The question is whether you'll be among the first to capitalize on it. Click that button. Let's talk.
And remember at the beginning of the video where I showed you my dashboard that made $4,600? Well, let me check again. $4,989.73. So in the time it took me to film this 9-minute video, my asset literally made $400. That's about $2,500 per hour from assets that I built months ago. That's the power of owning attention-producing digital assets. So click below and let's build yours.